Hello, I'm Limit and welcome to my TED Talk. Alright, watch this closely. And now check out this shield attack. Did you notice? Did you notice the difference? You did? Excellent, cool, awesome. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next year. But seriously, to really do this data justice, we need to start at the very beginning. "5 years ago, when dragon butts roamed the earth and the 𝗀𝗶𝗺𝗲 reigned supreme, during a shield-only run, which I never finished, I noticed something. Shields attack at different speeds. 𝗂𝗏12. Time is convoluted. I also noticed some other stuff that I compiled with the community discoveries and put into a video. But I did the fatal mistake of foreshadowing a future video. A shield attack speed video. Only for it to be ignored for years. 4.5 to be exact. So then, I've been aging this data for close to 5 years. It's a vintage, so let's take our time and get comfy. I've even procured some fresh data on Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 shield speeds. I'll pour out the data as I encountered it, so you have an equal chance to savour the puzzle. When I say shields attack at different speeds, your reaction was probably 1. Obviously. 2. Oh, that's kinda cool they bothered to do this. Or 3.
Where is a miracle build, old man?
Shh, stop it. It's only 1 year late. Obviously, standard shields and great shields attack at different speeds. What we are really investigating is that shields within the same category have different attack speeds. Let's jump right in with Dark Souls 1. So let me grab an assortment of 10ish shields. Oof, them pixels. And let's measure how quickly it takes to perform 6 attacks. Since it's pretty much impossible to eyeball when an attack starts and ends, we'll be measuring from the very first frame of stamina loss to the very first frame on the 6th hit. And I'll even test each shield 3 to 4 times, just in case I don't mash the attack button quick enough. And I'm sure this won't take long at all. So, BRB. Oh god no, what have I done? Should I just finish that miracle build instead? So I present to you the results. Have you noticed anything about these seconds? 5 years ago, I wasn't expecting that you could neatly split them into 2 categories. From now on, I will call them fast and slow. Fast takes 4.65 seconds or 280 frames to complete. Slow takes a slightly slower 5.15 seconds or 309 frames to do. Now that 29 frame difference doesn't sound like much, but as you have witnessed, when synced up from the first bit of stamina loss, there is a noticeable difference. So it seems really easy how they are sorted. Small shields are fast and medium shields are slow. Except that is wrong. The fast group is filled with medium-sized shields, and the slow group has a small shield sneaked in there. So to summarize, shield size has nothing to do with it. But what if I said, now, alright now, stay with me here. It was parry type. Everything in the top row has fast parries, or special ones, or everything in the slow group has base speed parries or attack movesets. But I wouldn't say that. Anyone who thought that is just really, really stupid. Take that, me from 4 years ago. The correct answer you've been waiting for is obviously weight. All shields in a fast group have less than 3 weight, while slow shields weigh 3 or more. So, case solved. But what about the heavy shields? Since it's kinda sudden, I'll give you a second to come up with a prediction, as we appreciate them pixels. So, here are the names. And their weights. As you can see, the weight variance is pretty huge, but will it change the speeds? Once again, we can split them into two categories, a fast and slow. So if it weighs more than 15, it's slow. Sadly, I can't be any more precise than that. There isn't any shields between these two weights. But let's see that difference in action. And let me put on some listening music too. Enjoy. Side by side, it is pretty obvious. So, Dark Souls 1 recap. Shield review. 2 attack speeds for standard shields, 2 attack speeds for the heavies, 2 out of 10 Dark Souls 1 for worst firekeeper. Come on, you know it's true. You know it is. Alright, with all that settled, let's move on to Dark Souls 3. After all, I can't call myself a Dark Souls YouTuber unless I pretend Dark Souls 2 doesn't exist. No. My boy Dark Souls 3 is a bit enamored with Dark Souls 1. We know it recycles its assets and themes to death, but will it also just copy the rules? Let's start with the standard shields. I'll be timing 6 hits since stamina use is low in this game. And here is the results in frames. Yeah, only a 1 frame difference. So they all clock in at 3.83 seconds, give or take that 0.02 seconds due to a recording frame drop. So it is really this. They all have the same speed, regardless of weight, regardless of category, and regardless of fashion. But how about those Dark Souls 3 heavies? Let's grab the lightest, heaviest, and a few others in between, and the result is... yeah, they all attack at the exact same speed. I didn't even get a frame of error this time. I can fade between all the heavies, and as you can see, it is all the same speed. So, Dark Souls 3 recap. It is all the same, there is no speed tiers. So this leaves us with Dark Souls 2, the world of adaptability, soul memory, and
𝗵𝗵𝗃.
Let's jump right in with 16 shields. And those ugly textures are back. The testing method is the exact same, with less attacks since stamina costs are way higher, and we can't use the last bit of stamina since it makes your attacks slower. And here are the results. And I don't even. Yeah, I had to present it a bit differently since I tested so many shields trying to sense a pattern. There definitely is an attack speed difference, as you can see, but the grouping is tough to figure out. I don't think my numbers are off, but let's say there is a 5 frame margin of error. Even though there isn't, since I can see the average FPS on all the clips. But let's just pretend. With a 5 frame margin of error, we can roll them into 2 groups, a slow and the fast. With these 2 groups, now let's sort by weights. Now, this is where things get confusing, and I really can't figure out a trend. The bottom bunch are all medium shields, but there are mediums in the top bunch. The top group all weigh 3 or less, just like Dark Souls 1. But there is a 2 and a 3 weight shield in the slow group. So here, I'll show you some comparisons between the slow and fast ones. So this difference does exist, and I'm not crazy, I hope. The only thing I can think of is Dark Souls 2 parry speeds. Since all Dark Souls 1 fast shields also had fast parries, perhaps we could learn the rule this way. But in Dark Souls 2 there's like 4 groups and none of it syncs up. So to conclude, who knows? A max 24 frame difference in speeds. As for the great shields, now I'm depressed and giving up on life, let's just grab the lightest, heaviest and some others and get ready for them all being the same speed. Why are you like this, Dark Souls 2? As you can see, I can overlay the heavy shields together and it is all the same speed. So let's do a super quick Dark Souls 2 recap. 2 normal shield speeds. I have no idea what causes it, and heavies all attack at the same speed. But we do have some time left, as you can see, so let me try and preemptively guess your comments on what I forgot to test.
Does this all apply to the other shield attacks? Like the awesome Dark Souls 1 attack block?
Good question. Give me a sec to go pretest all this data with the alternate shield attacks in all the games. Oh wait, I take that back. That was a terrible question. Oh god, no. Alright, in Dark Souls 1 the heavy attack is this amazing block rush. This honestly makes a shield only run really fun and doable. But rambling aside, yes, if you are a fast shield, your other attacks are also faster. This is true for heavy shield speeds as well. But that move is garbage and you'll never use it. Next up, Dark Souls 3. The heavy attack is this, a pretty terrible move. And unsurprisingly, all attack speeds are still uniform. Same goes for the heavy shields. So to recap, there is no speed tiers of any kind in this game. For shields at least. Now, Dark Souls 2 heavy attacks is this overhead bash, except when they're not and they are this slap instead. And oh god, alright, give me a minute to go work this all out.
2,000 years later.
Alright, I really regret leaving this until the very end, but here it is. Remember those two speed groups I was moaning about earlier? Well, get this. Everything in the slow group uses the overhead bash animation, and every shield in the fast group uses the quick ass pimp slap. So to finally work out if your shield is fast or slow, all you gotta do is press R2. Man, that was lame. But how about the heavy shield heavy attacks? Well, big surprise, once again they are all the same speed. I thought it might have been different if sparks or dust appear, since some of the shields clip into the floor. But no. So here is the final recap for the final attack speed questions. Dark Souls 1 normal shields have 2 speeds. Dark Souls 1 heavies have 2 speeds. Dark Souls 2 normals have 2 speeds. Heavies are all the same speed. And Dark Souls 3 has no speed. And for our next guess question, we have,
what demon is souls?
I actually have the means to record Demon Souls, but I have lost my save data and I don't have all the shields to test this. Besides, no one played best soul game anyway.
Honorable Hunter. What? But blood dawn.
Oh, that sounded terrible. In any case, Bloodborne is worst game since it only has 2 shields and neither one can attack.
But seriously, where is that miracle build?
It's, well boy, look at the time. I'd better be going. So thanks for watching. Old Man said he'll be here next week. Oh, and thanks to the 𝗏𝗏 Patreon supporters. They're mine now. So I'm just gonna close up and end this video real quick. Hey, thanks, bye, I love you, thanks for watching this useless shit.